all my work. This is my furnace. It has about 200 pounds of molten clear glass and it stays on 24/7. And this is called the glory hole, and this is used for reheating, and that gets turned off at night. And this is my bench where I do most of my work. Welcome to my studio. I will be making a drinking glass today. I'm using a blowpipe that has been preheated at the very tip. Glass will not adhere to cold metal. I'm gathering a small amount of glass onto the blowpipe. The glass has the consistency of honey, but it is approximately 1800 degrees. At the bench, I select the proper size block. Blocks are made of cherry and apple wood. They are charred and are continuously soaking in water so the heat of the glass will not adhere or mark the glass. I am both cooling and shaping the glass with the block. I'm cooling the glass so I can make another gather of glass on top of what I have. So now I'm making the second gather of glass on top of the first one. And then I'm rolling the clear glass in assorted colored glass chips. Then reheating in the glory hole. A lot of glasses, working on it, reheating, working on it, reheating, back and forth. I'm blocking and shaping and cooling. Now out of the picture I'm starting and I'm making a small bubble. I'm using a metal tool called jacks. They're used to make an indentation. To make it easier to separate the piece from the blowpipe eventually. And then I'm blowing a little at a time. Reheating once again. Blowing out the glass a little bit. If you blow it out too much at one time, I tend to get a super thin bottom. I don't want to have a really, really thin bottom. So I'm flattening it with a paddle. I'm making a drinking glass, and this will be the bottom of the drinking glass. I'm making a mark using a dowel rod so that I can attach a punty. A punty is a solid rod, and I'm just getting a little bit of glass on the end of it. I'm going to find that previous mark I made. Centering it, using water in the file and scoring the blowpipe and separating it from the blowpipe. Now I'm just reheating the lip of the piece in order to trim and clean up the rough edge. As I said previously, a lot of glass blowing is working on the piece, reheating, working on it, reheating. And I just want to get the lip hot and soft. I don't want to get the rest of the piece super hot. Now I'm just going to pull up that edge kind of so that I could cut it, trim it, and make it all even. I want a thinner top because it is a drinking glass. It's just a lot easier to work the glass when it's hot and soft than cold and stiff. So once the piece leaves that glory hole, it just starts to cool down and stiffen up. And taking the shears, trimming off that edge so it's nice and straight. I'm taking a different pair of jacks and opening up the top. Some people use wooden rods or a piece of graphite rod. I like the jacks. When you do use metal, it does cool the glass off a lot faster though. And it also makes some marks in the glass, and you have to kind of reheat it and get those marks off. And I'm going to open it up one more time, make sure it's even. And then cool it down. That's the finished glass. I take it to the table, it's called a crack-off table, and I just score that edge a little bit, and it should come off fairly easy. A little tap. And the piece is upside down. Take the Kevlar gloves and take the piece to the annealing oven and put it in there. The annealing oven is essentially a kiln, an electric kiln, and it's holding it around 960 degrees. It's run by a computer. Press a few buttons and it will automatically start a cool down cycle over 18 hours, and the next day it should be around 300 or 400 degrees. And I can open up the door at about 200 degrees. And that's it.